Now let's try to learn how to solve a quadratic equation by completing the square. Let's look at an example. Alright, so we have x squared minus 2x plus 24 equals 0. We're going to solve this quadratic equation by using the method completing the square. So, take note that this video is only limited to equations where a value is equal to 1. So, if a is not equal to 1, I'm going to make another video for that. Okay? So, take note, all the equations that I'm going to show here, it has always the a value which is equal to 1. Of course, this is your b, this is your c. Alright, the first step in completing the square is to move the constant, your c, to the right side. And you can do that by doing the undo operation. If it's minus 24, you do plus 24 to both sides. Plus 24 to both sides, and now the result will be, of course, this is cancelled. So you have x squared minus 2x in this side. Bring it down. And 0 plus 24 is equal to 24. Alright, so that's the first step. Move the c to the right side. Next step is to find the square constant. In my previous video, I have explained how to find the square constant. You can watch it again. But here's how to find the square constant. All you have to do is get the b value. The b here is negative 2. And then all the time, divide it by 2. So negative 2 divided by positive 2 is negative 1. And whatever is the result, negative 1, square it. You square it, so negative 1 squared is equal to a positive 1. Alright, so our square constant is positive 1 because we need that square constant for our second step. All you have to do is add that square constant to the left and right side. So I'm going to add positive 1 in here, in the left side, and positive 1 in the right side. You add square constant to both sides. So now let's simplify. We can simplify here. 24 plus 1 is 25. And then we can bring this down. X squared minus 2x plus 1. The third step is to factor this side. Alright, you're thinking about how to factor it. Well, there's a format on the factored form. All you have to do is put parentheses and then x in front. And then all you have to do is put here the number. That number is the result when your b here is negative 2. When you divide it by 2, that's your number here. So if you go back to your square constant, remember this is your b divided by 2. The answer is negative 1. Then that answer, that negative 1 will go here. And then just put a square outside of the parentheses. So again, parentheses, x in front, and then a square outside. And then the number here is your b divided by 2. So b is negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1. And then bring down 25 here. Alright? The next step is to get the square root of left and right side. So get the square root of this side, the left side, and the square root of the right side. And if you do that, if you take the square root of both sides, don't forget that, let me just move this here. From extracting the square root, there's always a plus and a minus here. It appears on the right side, plus and minus. So, let's simplify this. On the right side, just bring down the plus and minus. Square root of 25 is just positive 5. Alright? In here, all you have to do is get rid of the squared and just write whatever is inside the square, the parentheses. So x minus 1 here. X minus 1. The square root of x minus 1 squared is just the number inside the parentheses, x minus 1. Just bring it down. So you have x minus 1 equals plus or minus 5. Now, we're looking for x. So, here, all I have to do is remove this negative 1. So, we can do that by doing the undo operation. So, plus 1 to both sides. So, you have x equals, because this is 0 now, you have plus minus 5 plus 1. Alright? Now remember, this is plus 5 and minus 5. We can separate that. The two answers that we're looking is that, let's have the first answer, the first x value will have positive 5 plus 1. And then the second answer will have negative 5 plus 1. Alright? The answers here are 5 plus 1 is 6. So that's your first answer. Negative 5 plus 1 is negative 4. That's your second answer. Negative 4.